Hey, how's it going, everybody? Just got back from a ride and thought this would be a good time for me to do another overview of the Biktrix Moto out of Canada, the large frame. And the bikes next to it are my wife's and my son's bikes. They both have the Super 73ZX. Very common out here in Southern California, and I wanted something different. So that's why I went with the Biktrix. Plus, I wanted a larger frame, something that sat up higher. And this bike, you don't see a whole lot of them out here, and I get a ton of attention on it. I have people stop me pretty much every time we've gone out for rides. But you can see how much taller it sits, especially the handlebars, and they're very comfortable. When you're riding, you're not bent over, you're kind of very comfortable, shoulders aren't hurting, so long rides are great with this. I feel like my wife's and my son's bike, when I was on it before I got the Biktrix, I felt like I was leaned over a lot, and it just felt like the bike was a little bit too small for me. So that's why when I found the Biktrix Moto, I was excited when I saw how big it was. As far as the gears, it is a single gear. There are no additional gears as far as some of the other bikes like the Rad Runners, the Rad Power bikes. So the pedal assist, you got the 750 watt rear motor on the hub. The brakes are excellent on this bike. I think they're better than the Super 73, to be honest. When you're buying the bike, it comes with both front and rear fenders. It comes with this extender, little cargo carrier, and it comes with that rear tail light. Comes with one battery, but the great thing about this is it does have the option for a second battery that can connect right here under the seat, and that would give you 100 miles of drive time with the dual battery setup. I have found that riding it throttle heavy, I would say, mostly throttle, I get about 42 miles for a charge, so still pretty good. But there's your brake setup. The putting it together when it comes, it goes together like the Super 73. You just assemble the front tire, put the light, the front fender on. It was relatively easy, attached to the handlebars. But I think it definitely has a nice stance to it. I'll give you a little look at the display. So you have your pedal assist mode. You can switch it up or down while you're riding. This is going to be for your headlight, your display screen, and then your throttle right here. It's a thumb push, just like the Super 73s. I will say this seat is super comfortable. Yeah, we've gone on a good 6-7 mile ride, and I was extremely comfortable. I was a little bit worried about the rigid rear frame. However, with that seat and the tires, you really don't feel any of the bumps. The front does have some front shocks that are adjustable. I've left them pretty much the same as the factory. There's that brake system. So to turn it on, here's the battery. It's got a lock battery too, so you can lock it, flip it on, hold down your start, screen pops up, and you can brighten or dim as you feel necessary. So your pedal assist is on 1. You can have it 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is the highest. So 5 is full power on pedal assist. And as you go down the pedal assist, you're using less and less motor. So I usually do about a 1 or 2 if I'm going to do pedal assist. But the screen is definitely bright. I've gone looks like 52 miles on it already, and it is just so much fun. I absolutely love it. Let's see if I can get a see how, I can't really see it, but I'll have to do a night one when you can see how bright the light is that comes with it. But no, it's definitely bright. But I think it's a very good looking bike. Definitely comfortable to ride. It does everything that I was looking for. And I know I said in my last video, one of the big things for me was I wanted something different. Something that would stand out amongst the e-bikes, and definitely does. Whenever we're all out on a ride together, I'm definitely sitting up high, and it's just a very, very comfortable ride. I even think the little graphics on this are nice. This is obviously the gray. I think it comes in red and maybe white and maybe all black, but I kind of like this graphite smoke gray color with the black fenders. Charging is pretty quick too. I'd say it's about the same as the Super 73. If I'm completely out of juice, it's about a 3-hour charge, maybe even less, maybe 2 hours at the most. And that's pretty typical of what I've seen with these bikes. We have some friends that have the Rad Power bikes, a couple of the different ones, and definitely the same. These the Biktrix is actually faster than those bikes. I think most of those are about 24 miles. They come stock, I think, at 20, but I think 24 is their max speed, whereas the Biktrix Moto, I can consistently get up to 25, 26 miles an hour. And then going downhill, obviously I can go pretty quick. The only difference between the two bikes, I will say, is as far as the Super 73, is maybe the torque. The Super 73 seems to have a little bit more torque on it, so it can get up to speed quicker. However, mine, with the Biktrix, a little bit slower to speed, not by much, but my son can definitely beat me off the line, but I usually can catch up to him if we have a long straightaway. And with my wife, same. They're both obviously lighter than me, and the bike's a lighter bike as far as the Super 73. So if my son or my wife are riding this bike, I think that it would definitely be closer. I think it's just because I'm a little bit bigger, a little bit heavy, still got that COVID weight. But it is just so much fun. It's an absolute blast. But yeah, I'll have to, if you guys are interested, I can go out on a ride. If you guys want to see it on a ride, we usually ride down to the local beach, which is just down the street. We'll ride the coast. So if you're interested in that, or you want to see it get up to speed, we can do that. Or we can do that now, actually. Might as well, we got the bikes out. Let me turn it on. This is definitely like, I don't know if what I was looking for. I've had a couple Harleys in my early days, and this kind of gives me that feeling of riding the Harleys, riding the bikes, which pretty awesome and safer for the most part. All right, let's switch hands here. Try not to get my thumbs in the way. Some room here, so I'll turn around here and as far as maneuverability too, it actually handles really well for a larger bike. But all right, let me see if I can get this up to speed here. There you have it. We got up to 26 on there. But that's pretty consistent. You know, if you're going up a big hill, it'll drop down. I've gone up to, you know, some pretty steep inclines, and you know, it'll drop down to 20 miles an hour, but you're still getting up it, which is definitely doable. This thing will peel out from the start, so you kind of have to be careful if you're just jumping on it and taking off. Like, it definitely has torque because it wants to go. See if that light will shine on so you can kind of see it. I definitely have it, I mean, it's pretty bright out, so can't really tell. Turn it off here. The only thing that I have found a little bit made me nervous about it was the kickstand on it. I think could be a little bit taller, because this bike really leans because of how big it is. I don't know if you can really tell, but you know, here's the Super 73s. They actually stand up pretty straight, but this has a good lean to it. So there's been a couple times where I've had to reposition the bike just because of the angle of where we were parking in. I was afraid that it would kind of tip over. I mean, that's just me wiggling it. So it's something to be aware of. It's never fallen over. Oh, the mirror, I should mention again, the mirror was an afterthought. Once again, my wife said I was having a midlife crisis and I had to go back to the Harley days and get a mirror that which probably belongs on a bike, a motorcycle. But it's kind of fun. But I definitely needed a mirror when we're out on long rides. I don't know, I felt like I was constantly looking over my shoulder for cars. And I've just missed having a mirror. So this mirror does great for me. I can see cars. It does, I can actually see if my wife or my son are behind me. I can look, but most of the time I keep them in front of me just for safety reasons. My wife just got her helmet and put her little mohawk on there, which is pretty cool. My son's got the sticker thing going. I think we got to get my wife the cane belt headlight for hers because it doesn't come with it. And if anybody is that does have a Super 73 and they're looking for a good headlight, absolutely amazing headlight. I think they're 150 bucks. The only downside is Super 73 doesn't have a plug yet to run off the battery, so it does have this little battery pack that you plug it into. And then I'm going to zip tie this down, but you charge that little battery pack separately. Well, there you have it, the Biktrix Moto, the larger frame. Definitely highly recommend it, and more videos to come. Let me know in your comments if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to know. I'm trying to answer everybody and get back to you guys. I know somebody brought up the aerial rider, the Grizzly, and that was actually the bike that I was between buying that and this Biktrix Moto. The Grizzly, I mean, what ultimately steered me to the Biktrix Moto was, for one, how different it is. I kind of wanted to stay towards the Super 73 look with the straight across frame, the rigid rear frame. So that's kind of why I stayed with it. But yeah.